The Walrus and the Carpenter and Checkerboard Time. Now, this is a clip from the This Is Impossible channel showing the day and the night at the same time. That we've seen a lot of the sun and moon out at the same time, but it's also actually considered a normal phenomena in Orion to have the day and the night out at exactly the same time, as you can see right here. And this is not the only footage of this. I forget the term, they've given it a scientific term to be like, oh yeah, that's normal, that's okay. But I think that it's a pretty darn good example of checkerboard time. And in one of my earlier vlogmas episodes, I explained what the words checkerboard time meant to me. Was that I was saying that when you're outside of linear time, it's like all time is spread out like a checkerboard, like every single incident or every single second or however small you want to break it down to is its own square on a checkerboard, like laid out on a flat plane, and it's all equally accessible. So it's not a line, linear time, where you're going from point A to point B. It's everything's accessible all at the same time. And what we're seeing here with the Walrus and the Carpenter, it used to be, you know, quirky and funny, of like, in the story by Lewis Carroll, that it was at the middle of the day and the middle of the night at the same time. But now that literally can be a thing in real life. So the Walrus and the Carpenter have now become an example of the real dimension and reality that we're living in. And so these things that were quirky now find themselves to be more eye-opening. They're more like little breadcrumbs. They're anecdotal, but they're also very telling. And there are many things from which you can draw understanding of your new reality in, but I feel like the same checkerboard reality applies to planes suspended in midair as with the day and the night being out at the same time. And what do I mean by that? I think that at a certain point, it's almost as if the plane can't pass from, say, one part of the checkerboard to another. It's just suspended for a however long amount of time, and then I suppose when the timelines merge, or when things come back into congruence, or they come back to being able to actually physically deal with each other on the more dense reality plane, then the airplane is able to pass through from one part to another. Not a very deep, investigation of this, but I just wanted to, like, surface level point out how incredible and, like, reality busting all of this is.